I'm Della Crews. Thank you very much for joining us. Today we're putting the spotlight on a musical group from Whippany, Morris County.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so bright?
Aren't they fabulous? The Whiptones are an a cappella quartet from Whippany Park High School. They won this very competitive contest to sing the national anthem at the opening day for the New York Mets. It was the largest audience they've ever had. They hope the exposure leads to more performances, and so do we. Right now, all four members are joining me here in our studios. We have Mike Mastalone, Matt Corzin, Derek Ritchell, and Brad Ritchell, who are brothers. Welcome, gentlemen. It's good to have you here.
Thank you so much for having us, Della.
Love the look, going back to the 50s like Grease.
Absolutely.
First of all, introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. My name is Mike Mastalone. I am the 18-year-old lead singer of the group. I'll be attending Boston College in the fall. My favorite thing to do is singing, but when I'm not singing, I also play a little guitar and I play drums.
Very nice. What about you?
My name is Matt Corzin. I am 17 years old and I sing baritone and falsetto. I will be attending Lehigh University this fall. And my favorite things to do are play the piano, play guitar, and tenor saxophone.
And I hear that baritone in your voice as you speak. Beautiful. You should do radio too. Go ahead.
My name is Derek Ritchell. I turned 18 just yesterday.
Oh, belated happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm going to the University of South Carolina, and I love playing saxophone in the free time.
I love a sax. You and Bill Clinton have that in common, don't you?
Thank you.
Brad?
I'm Derek's brother. I'm 15 years old, and I'm the bass singer of the group. I'll be attending Whippany Park High School again next year. I'll be a junior. And in my free time, I'm kind of an outdoorsman. I like fishing. Sometimes I go geocaching. And in terms of music, I play some piano that I've learned from my grandmother and a little guitar.
What is geocaching? I've heard of it.
It's when you use
who don't know.
a GPS system to locate these kind of hidden boxes throughout like the wild.
Have you ever found anything?
Yeah, I found a couple.
Really? Any treasures you want to share?
I got a couple free bowling games out of one of them, so that was cool.
I love it. How did the Whiptones come together?
Well, you see, we've always been best friends, and my father's always played the music around the house. So I grew up listening to the oldies. I fell in love with the doo-wop at a very young age. And I've always been going to a local car show called Let East. It's the world's biggest 50s party, and it's held right in Parsippany, which is very close to where we're from. And ever since my father introduced me to the music, I've been going there. And I heard about a contest called the Doo-Wop Idol Contest, which is a singing contest for old music. And I said, wow, this is perfect. So I got my three friends together. We learned one song, our first ever song together. It was Come Go With Me by the Dell Vikings. And we went to the contest that year. And funny story, we actually lost the contest that year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We made it past the first round.
Okay.
And they said, all right, you're great. What's the next song? And we're like, we don't have a next song, because we only learned one song. But they gave us a lot of advice. We talked to some of the experienced doo-wop groups there, and they told us to come back next year with more songs, and we really did. We took their advice, we came back, and we had a ball.
How did you all know you wanted to sing doo-wop? I mean, everybody's singing hip-hop now.
Well, I think ever since we started at Let East from that one contest, the tremendous amount of support we received there, that's what really drove us. I mean, the doo-wop community really just sort of brought us in, and they threw so much support behind us. I mean, especially back then, we were 13 to 15. We were so young. I mean, we're still young, but to see kids like us singing their old music, it really makes them happy. And that support they threw behind us, it really encouraged us to go forward and make these next few years what we made them.
It must have been a rush when you got to sing for the New York Mets on opening day. Each of you tell me what that was like for you. That must have been surreal.
That experience was, it was so unforgettable. It'll never be erased from our memories. I mean, just walking into the stadium before, we actually arrived there at 7 o'clock. And believe it or not, but it was actually snowing outside. So we were worried that the weather would be a little bad for the performance. But once we get out there, they open the gate, they call our names, the sun came out behind the clouds, and oh man, our hearts were pumping.
I was about to say to Chicago, boom, 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 boom.
It was the most nerve-wracking experience in my life, but it was definitely the most exciting too.
When you saw the crowds, when you looked around the stadium, what was your reaction?
You can imagine it in your head, but it's completely different once you actually get out there and all of a sudden it becomes real and you say, whoa, I'm actually singing at Citi Field in front of 45,000 people, a packed house. So when it becomes real, it's insane.
How did you all know you could harmonize as well as you do?
Well, honestly, to start out, we weren't that good, but it's all
Love
just
his
practice.
honesty.
It's all just practice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think any of us are natural harmonizers, but we've just been doing it for 3 years now, And it's just practice, and in the beginning we really had to spend a lot of time on our songs, but now each song we learn gets easier and easier. We really are growing together as a group musically. You know, it's gotten a lot easier for us.
Yeah, not only have we been like growing musically, but like our friendship has developed so much just from spending all this time practicing together with these guys, and these guys are like my best friends. And we all like take on separate roles now in the Whiptones, which helps like promote like our success now. I mean, me and Mike do most of the arranging for the group, and Dirk manages our website, and Brad takes care of the audio and the video editing and like our social media. So we all like have our separate roles, which make like the whole Whiptones package a success.
I was going to say, on the TV show Rising Star on ABC, they talk about how difficult it is for groups to harmonize and learn to blend their voices, but you all seem to do it very well, so wow, I'm impressed.
I appreciate that.
Stay with us. We have more from the Whiptones straight ahead.
But we are ready to move on. Ever since freshman year, our lives have been a blast. It's crazy know how much we've grown, and always are so fast. And as we sing our final song, for we're on our way. Never fade away. I miss those friends that I know best. I miss the physics lessons, procrastinating all night. From all the memories we won't forget, we'll graduate with no regret, because we had the best time of our lives.
Love their music. That was an original song by the Whiptones called The Best Time of Our Lives. I'm sitting with Mike Mastalone, Matt Corzin, Derek Ritchell, and Brad Ritchell. We see from your website you all have performed for some big name venues. Tell us about that.
Well, yes, we have. Over the course of the past 3 years, we've had such tremendous opportunities to perform at large doo-wop venues with huge names in the industry. I think our first opportunity was up in Long Island, in Hauppauge, Long Island, where we played with legends such as Gene Chandler, also known as the Duke of Earl, Tony Middleton and the Willows, and many, many more.
Wow, I'm impressed.
The real turning point for us was when we were contacted by Don K. Reed, who runs an outdoor a cappella show at the Izod Center. And the winner of that gets to go inside and open in front of 10,000 people.
Wow.
And so we went against 5 competitive professional a cappella groups, and we won that. And we got to go inside and we met legends like Jay Siegel, who sang The Lion Sleeps Tonight. It was just amazing.
I bet you all learned a lot by watching them, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
You bet.
You definitely learn a lot from kind of seeing what all the other groups do really well, and you can kind of pick and choose a little bit from everyone to kind of make your own style.
So that's exactly what you did too. How would you describe what your style is?
I'd say our style is doo-wop, and we do try to stay true to the original songs when they perform them, but at the same time we do like to throw in a little twist, you know, make it a little Whiptone-ish. Every song we do is a little bit different to the original, give it our own little flair to it.
So it's kind of like new-wop.
New-wop.
There we go.
That's a good term, I like that. You released your second album last year. Now, how was this one different from the first? And tell us about the first for people who might not be familiar with it.
Well, the first album, it was the first 10 songs we learned together, including Come Go With Me, like I said earlier. And what we really did is we took a lot of popular songs, like well-known doo-wop standards, In the Still of the Night, Run Around Sue, and whatnot, and we put them together. And it was a very good result. We liked the songs, but we found on our next CD that what worked really well for us is when we took songs that really fit our voices and our vocal style rather than just the popular songs. And that's what we did in our second CD. We sort of picked more obscure songs that really fit our vocal ranges and the arrangement style that we use. I feel that's worked best for us overall.
And we're also currently working on a third album, which we're going to release next Ladies coming up. So that's coming up for all you.
So what's distinctive about each one, would you say, each album? Or I should say CD.
I feel like the years, they really match. Like at the time, our first one was, I think, 1 year after we started. And it was good, but then the difference between the first and the second as far as quality was like a severe difference. And we're even looking for our third one to be even like better than the second one, because we were singing for another year before we made the last one, so that'll be cool.
So they kind of tell your lives and showing your growth.
Yes. Plus, for the first time, we're looking to include some original material on our newest album.
Who does the writing for the original material?
Matt and I write the songs.
That is the coolest thing to be songwriters. You know that, don't you? Basically, you tell the record industry, I know who I am and I define myself through my own music. Now, you've talked a lot about your doo-wop fans, but your hometown community also embraced the Whiptones.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, our biggest support has always been our parents. They've been driving us around everywhere. I mean, up until recently, I was 18, so now I get to drive everywhere. But they've been chaperoning us and bringing us everywhere. But really, they've been huge supporters of us, always letting us practice at their houses. And I'd like to leave a special thank you to my father, who's actually served as the manager of our group. And let me tell you
That would
something.
be Mike Sr.
Yes. We're four musicians and we love it and we have a ball. We do not know the first thing about the business side of this. So we really like to thank him for setting up us with so many good opportunities that we otherwise wouldn't have had.
And Mom Patty?
Absolutely.
And you all too, talk about your parents quickly too.
Oh yeah, well my mom, she does all like the graphic design. She's really good at like all the Photoshop, so she helps us get our logo. She helps design the t-shirts, which is nice. And all of our parents contribute.
At the Ritual House, we're always having Whiptone practice, so my mom's always making food for
Absolutely.
us and taking care of us. My dad, we like to call him Fun Glenny.
Fun
What?
Glenny. Fun
We
Glenny.
call him Fun Glenny. He's always giving us advice and just trying to keep us having a good time. Because really, this is all about having fun and making music and enjoying it. And
Absolutely.
Exactly.
sometimes we forget that, but Fun Glenny reminds us.
Absolutely.
That's so nice to hear. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I think I'm the only one who has a brother, as a sibling that's not in the
Well,
group.
you two are brothers,
Yeah.
of course, but do you have? Yeah.
I have a little 11-year-old brother. His name is Daniel.
Oh, does he love what you do?
Yeah, I think so. I
Does
hope
he
so.
sing too?
Yeah, he sings sometimes.
So he's going to be a little Michael Jackson in the group someday.
Yeah.
And you're an only child?
Yes. Only child.
But you don't act like a spoiled brat. So your parents have done right by you. We'll be right back with more from the Whiptones right after the break. Stay with us.
Go heroin, tobacco, LSD, pot coke.
They're a joke.
So is ecstasy.
And feeling of a high is a straight up lie. It's the only high that arises is in your chest to die.
The soul of using drugs without a prescription is addiction, self-affliction, and additional blood constriction.
So use some discretion to prevent an obsession.
Here's a lesson.
There's no question that they cause stress and depression. Oh yeah. Come on, listen up now. You just gotta tell them no. Because doing drugs, I said doing drugs. No, I said doing drugs. Hey,
You know, Lionel Richie said, soul is a feeling, and I feel it here. Doing drugs ain't dope. Another original song from the Whiptones. Mike, Matt, Derek, and Brad right here in our studios. How did you all come up with that song? I love it's Bad 8. Okay, I love it.
Thank you, thank you. Well, yeah, that was for a contest, the New Jersey Shout Down Drugs competition, in which the Partnership for a Drug-Free New Jersey invited high school students from New Jersey to compose an original song promoting anti-drug message, and then they would submit their songs to an online voting phase where people throughout all of New Jersey could vote for their favorite song, their favorite original song, and then they would go to a live final performance at the NJ Center. So it's actually a funny story with that. We found out about the contest about a month before, but it was a really busy month for us. So I remember sitting in my house with Matt, our main arranger. It was the Saturday before the Wednesday the song was due, and we hadn't even started the song. So
And we're talking to each other like, oh man, are we actually gonna get this done? Are we gonna have enough time? So I was working on it with Brad like tirelessly the whole weekend, and we actually didn't finish editing the parts and recording the instruments. I recorded all the instruments using that keytar in the video.
You're the bad one on the keyboard. Woo, love it. You know how to play, dude.
Thank you. And we actually didn't finish recording and editing until 4:30 a.m. the night the song was due. So we saw the sunrise, but we were really proud of what we got done, and we put it on the website, and we had the voters take it from there.
And how well did it go over with the voters?
really, when there was the online voting, that's when our doo-wop fans and really the entire doo-wop community really came in and helped us out a lot. It was really up to all of our fans and voters to bring us to the finals, and they did. We got into the finals, and we went to the NJ Center for the live performance.
How did you like performing on NJ That stage is beautiful.
Oh, it was
And the
crazy.
audience-
You know, I mean, once we made it to the finals, that was really exciting and all, but that's when the real work began, because we really went back, really picked it apart, put it back together. We really nitpicked it and made sure that every little part was perfect. We ran it 1,000,000 times. And I remember we set up the microphones in his living room, Derek and Brad's living room. And his mother wasn't too happy about that, but she cooperated. And yeah, so we ended up winning, actually. We went to the competition. Thank you. And we were surprised because there was a lot of very good acts there. There's a lot of very talented performers. All the contestants had very great original songs, but I guess we came out on top and we won the contract.
And what kind of a contract?
What it is it's a contract to perform our song around the state, because what we're doing now is over the summer, we're going around and we're spreading the anti-drug message through our song.
Why is it so important for you all to share that message and spread it statewide?
We just kind of want to show people, like, you know, you don't need to do like drugs, you don't need to drink to have fun. I mean, we've all like never done any of that stuff, and we've been having like a great time. We have a ball for the past 4 years, so we just want to spread that around the youth. It's really an honor for us to do that, be part of the, yeah.
So you show that you can get a rush from your music without having to get down and kind of ruin your lives with the drugs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Are kids receptive of that message?
I think overall they are. And I guess just by looking at sort of what we've done between the Shout Down Drugs and the national anthem, there's no better rush than the national anthem. I mean, there's nothing to beat that. I don't care what drugs you're on, you do not feel as good as the four of us did when we sang that day.
And people could see that full song on your website. Tell us about that website.
www.thewhiptones.com. That's our website. We have all our videos up there. We have our 2 albums. We'll be releasing our 3rd one. We'll be putting it up at the end of the summer.
That'll be on iTunes.
Yeah.
And our 2nd album, which is already released, is also on iTunes right now.
And I know our general manager, news director, Randall Stanley, loves that kind of music with the national anthem, is a collector, so he will be checking that out too. More from the Whiptones right after the break. I'm Della Cruz. Welcome back to Spotlight New Jersey. We are back with Mike, Matt, Derek, and Brad, who are singing us with more of their original music. They just wrote this tune especially for News 12 New Jersey and Spotlight New Jersey. Gentlemen, take it away.
A bow, bow, a bow, 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 boom.
Everybody gather round, listen to your latest news, whoa, whoa, all around from town to town. Spotlight New Jersey with Della, Crews, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, I feel so special. I've never had anybody sing a song about my program and put my name in it. I love it. I'm flattered. So you all are going off to college, except for you, going into high school. So what are your future plans? And tell us, how will you keep this group together?
Well, I mean, the question always comes up. We're always asked, like, what are we going to do when 3 of us go off to college? But we're coming home for this Let East this year, Labor Day weekend at the Parsippany Hilton. That'll be kind of our like final show before we all go our separate ways. And like I said before, we're coming back with another album. We'll be excited to meet like all our fans and like plenty of new ones too. And of
Will
course,
you be coming back during the holidays as well?
Yeah, of course. All the breaks we should be coming back. We're looking to do like gigs during the breaks. We're looking to be booked all summer. We're keeping busy now, and we're looking forward to keep even more busy.
You have the best smile. You all do, but he's always smiling. Okay, who's the comedian in the group?
We're all a little goofy.
We're all a little goofy.
Actually, I'd say he's just the serious one. But
Would you say you're the serious one too?
I'm probably the one that keeps them in check.
Oh, really? Do you ever have your moments when you let your hair down?
Oh, yeah.
he does. And when he does, it just gets bad.
During those late
Really?
night Whiptone sessions, yeah.
Okay, how bad does it get? Give me an example.
We call him Dirty Donnie.
Should I explore that or leave it alone?
Leave it alone.
So for people who are interested, where can they find you?
Well, we're all over the internet. You can find us at our website, www.thewhiptones.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Did I miss anything, guys? Or
You can
is
tweet
that
at the
it?
Whiptones. That's our Twitter, and you can like us on Facebook. We've got about 900 likes now, so we're always posting stuff there if you want to follow us.
You know, a lot of young people are watching you. They also have dreams. This wasn't an overnight thing for you. You're still in progress. This is a journey for you. What kind of advice would you offer to kids?
I mean, honestly, like just like as corny as it sounds, as long as you do what you love and you're passionate about it, the more you're passionate about it, the more like practice doesn't become work. It'll become fun, and that's honestly what it's been for us for the past 3 years. I don't think we've ever worked a day in our lives for the Whiptones. It's all just been fun, and the greatest thing about that is that we got better too, which it enabled us to perform at these like big venues like Met Stadium and like Izod Center, Beacon Theater, PNC Arts Center. Like they've all been just like an amazing ride, and it's definitely not going to end anytime soon.
A ride that is far from being over, and I wish you all so much success. The name Whiptones, we like that. I should have asked where that came from. We'll find out. We'll find out on your Facebook page, right? Get the full story on that one. And again, say your names one more time as we go out.
I'm Brad Ritchell.
I'm Derek Ritchell.
I'm Matt Corzin.
I'm Mike Mastalone.
And of course, I'm Della Crews. And let's do your signature move, okay? And if you'd like to find out more about the Whiptones, do log on to news12.com and social media. I'm Della Crews, New Jersey. The spotlight is on everybody together. You! Thank you, guys. This is great.